There was a time before when I didn't know each other that well. We were in love, in love, in love. You were feeling me out, trying to learn on my toes, trying to meet me in the middle, which is tricky 'cause I'm hard on myself, I'm hard on everyone else. I was never good enough till I got my arms around you for a second. I could stop believing everything would be fine. Baby, believe me, believe me. I'm lucky you know me like you do.
Right now, I have the foam for the whole floor. I got some measurements from the floor supports. Every foot I measured the whole distance. I'm going to get that drawn out on here, get it cut, dry fit it, and if everything goes well, then I'll cut the Nidacore and I'll have the floor in. And once the floor is in, then I can start working on Bulkhead, which is gonna be like a walk-in closet. It's gonna connect to the side shelf of the bed and the anchor locker, so it should look like one flush wall coming in. 1, 2, 3.
I never waited, I just gave it all the love that I was saving. Then we made it, and it faded. It was just like I was saying. One wing in the water, one wing in the sky. One wing in the water, one wing in the sky. Now your memory, I save it, but when I really need to save it, but it's just me now the rest of my time. I'm glad it's just me. I'm glad it's just me now the rest of my time. The fire was hot, but it faded.
I got this bulkhead fitted right here. Now I'm just gonna take it onto the Nidacore, trace it out, fit it one more time, and then I'm going to have a little kind of doorway.
I never waited, I just gave it all the love that I was saving. Then we made it, and it faded. It was just like I was saying. One wing in the water, keep one wing in the water, one wing in the sky. One wing in the water, one.
I got the openings designed, so I just need to cut them now. So this is roughly what it looks like. Obviously, I'm gonna touch up a few areas. You're not gonna be able to notice that once I thicken epoxy everything in and tape it. But those are the cubbies. I'll probably do one platform in the middle and no dividers. And just that for now. And the bed's gonna come flat here, so it has to come across to there. Well, I already lasered before, and I already have it set up once I do the bed supports across. Well, it rained last night, and all those holes I put in the Nidacore, I haven't filled yet with thickened epoxy, so they just leaked. So I got a bit of water to vacuum up now. So I ran into a problem. As this was curing all night, it rained a lot. It was draining out of the cockpit, and it was filling up this while it was curing. It had put all the weight down. So when I came to check it today, it had a nice curve, which is not good. And I don't think it cured all the way. So I got some of these 2x3s going across, clamped down, and one of my batteries put on it. And I'm trying to flatten it out as best as I can and hope that it keeps curing. I got my laser set up again. So this is the first support here. And now I'm gonna mark where the next supports are going. So I'll draw a line across, and obviously there's no wall to draw there, so I'll figure that one out. So internally, this thing looks good. And nothing sounds bad. There's more internal stuff to take off here. I just can't get this piece off. That seems like it's just completely welded on, pretty much corroded on. I need to get that off to get this piece out and check that. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't think that's supposed to be there. This cell drive is probably done. So now I have to find either a new lower end or the entire cell drive. And everywhere I've looked, thousands of dollars minimum used. So should be fun. So I got the bulkhead taken off. I'm sitting there all night to try to straighten it, and it actually worked. That thing is pretty straight. So this is the bulkhead I made with Difinicel and the fiberglass. And now it's time to sand it. And once it's sanded, I'm gonna fair it and sand the fairing and then paint it. And the same with the other side. There's the first coat so far. I didn't get all of the edge because about 2 inches around the entire bulkhead is going to get glassed to the hole anyway. So I'm going to have to sand that down anyway to fiberglass again once I'm done. I got the side shelf thickened epoxied in place. Well, just that wall there and the one inside here. The front face, I have to wait because I need to put the shelf in first before I glass in the front face. And the bulkhead is in as well. So I gotta let all that cure and work on it some more once it's cured. I tried to get it as straight as possible. Now that the Nidacore is all in place, all these holes I have to tape up. Once I tape all the holes up, I'm gonna go outside and thicken epoxy all the holes shut. That's all of them. Whew. It's time to clean out these hatches. Yeah, they're pretty nasty. And I gotta figure out what's leaking because when it rains, I think all 3 of these hatches are leaking inside. So these rear ones aren't so bad. But the one in the cockpit still has a bunch of water in it. Once all the laminated Nidacore is in place, I will have exposed edges that I need to fix. And to do so, I'll use a Dremel with this bit. All you have to do is grind it down. It makes pretty quick work. But once you grind it down, roughly 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, like so. Then you just fill it with thickened epoxy all the way around, let it cure. Once it's cured, as long as you made it flush, you take a router and you can get the nice routed edge that you want, which is what I'll be doing. After looking at this, it's starting to curve a lot more back to how it was before. So you can see how much it's curving. So this thing is done. I have to redo it now. So I'm gonna get some more Diviniso and cut out a new bulkhead with it, fit it, fiberglass it again, and this time figure out how to get it flat and not to curve. I moved my operation over here. None of this land is flat, and what I was trying over there was definitely not working. So I grabbed two 5/8 thick Nidacore panels, and I stacked the two OSB panels under this thing to try to keep it flat. It's very difficult trying to keep this flat, and I don't want it to curve again and get ruined like last time. Now it's time to tape all the floor supports. I already cut all the tape, measured it so I could calculate how much epoxy I need. I have 6 2x1 pieces of fiberglass here, around 26 ounce. And I'm gonna put these on the bottom of the deck under the Nidacore. So I'm gonna start with these 6 pieces and see how that goes. And the plan is to stick them where I put all that Nidacore to get that bottom layer of fiberglass in, so we can get that strength in the deck. I also want to soak it all now, unlike I did with the tape, because I want it ready to go, ready to stick it on. I was able to get, I think, 5 of those 2x1 patches to go across. But at first I tried to go this way and it just kept falling, and that was a mess. So when I did finish that one, going across, I had 1 patch left, so I cut it into 6-inch sections, and that was able to stay up. And then I had to get this 2x4 at the right height to push this part of the deck up so I can keep the shape outside. There's a bunch of exposed epoxy and fiberglass everywhere, so I got some spray A123, and I just want to coat all of it so it's not getting damaged by the sun. Oh! I've been sanding this spot where it was a soft spot, and I took the whole fiberglass piece out, which I wish I didn't. So I'm sanding it all out. I'm gonna keep sanding so I can get it a little lower to the point where I can fiberglass and fix the spot. Well, I guess the camera cut out, but this is what I got so far. I got a little paranoid with the sun destroying all this exposed epoxy, so I just primered everything I could find that was exposed. Didn't take too long. I think I got most of it. it's a lot straighter now, a lot flatter this time. There's still a tiny bit of curve, so what I'm gonna do is when I fiberglass the other side, which will be tomorrow, it's too cold today, I will put it on top of the 2 Nidacore panels, and then I'll put 2 more or 3 more Nidacore panels on top of it with the OSB to really smash it down and keep it flat. The peel ply really helps keep it smooth, which is nice. I don't have to do really any sanding and really any fairing. Like there's a couple spots like that I have to fill in. I need to get these shelves level with the bulkhead, so laser time again. I decided to add a little more thickness to my larger shelf in the bedroom. So I cut some more Nidacore and I'm epoxying it to it right now. Got it squeezed on, so I'm just gonna let it cure. But I didn't like that it was bending a little bit when I had it in place because it was so large. So this should add a bit more strength. I got all the way to here and right here across fiberglassed. I wanted to get those done so I can at least get the bulkheads started now. I needed those in before I could get the shower bulkhead in and this main bulkhead in. I also peanut buttered this piece in, this floor support. So it's screwed in right now. I'll take the screws out once it cures. And I got all this thickened epoxy in place. So all that's curing right now. I took off all the peel ply and plastic, and this thing turned out perfect. Nice and flat, exactly what I was looking for, and really strong. I put thicker cloth on this time compared to the last one, so it's even stronger now. So now I just need to fair it, well, sand it, fair it, sand it again, and then paint it. I'll get the laser set up again so I can get the doorway cut out exactly how I want it and epoxy in place. shower bulkhead is thick and epoxied in place. So once this cures, I can work on getting the shower wall over here put in.